Hello, and what is going on, you guys? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go for the online time trial event on Gran Turismo 7. For today's lap time challenge, the Nissan Z Performance 2023 will be at the full course layout, and Autodrome Lago Maggiore circuit is going to get much more challenging, and a brand new car will be joining to be in the game. Last time, since we raced at Autodrome de Interlagos for the Group 2 category. But talk about having a best recommend Group 2 car is a 2016 Super GT season in the Nissan Turismo GT500 turns out to become faster and quicker to be on the main objective time to be on the goal. Talk about having a piece of cake and struggle for only 10 laps. We'll have to do some attempts to see how it goes. But right now, after having two events on the time trial on the Group 4 and Group 2 cars in the racing car category, now it's the road cars category turn. We'll have to step in for this week's time trial event. We'll have to take 2 minutes 20.445 seconds to be on the main goal and 3.0% to have 2 million credits. But talk about having a regulation, we're having a hard compound in the sports category. But not to mention, because the wide body and nitrous will be said to be prohibited for any road car to have one vehicle for the Nissan Z Performance 2023. BOP/tuning forbidden will be set to be on mid-speed for the moment, because I'm about to show you guys something to have a very good, excellent, brand new U.D.R.S Insportec livery based from the Contender Z, as also to become the Vision Contender Z on the Nissan Z Performance 2023. So I'm about to go right now, and this one is very brand new to have a new model and a tribute to the original variation. Let's get it on and drive carefully, because having a new car and a new challenge, we'll have to do some limitation. We'll have to do a ghost car by having a helping hand. Let's get in there and do respectful racing moment for having a time lap challenge whenever it takes. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, go and click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more, and don't forget to click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos in the later future. Now it is time to get ready to go for the time trial challenge. Let's begin. Okay, looks like it's going to be much more challenging and go for only 2 minutes 20.445 seconds. But in the meantime, you might have to do any kinds of ranking board. We'll have to do some main objectives. We'll have to do some supports. So I had to find any top ranked Gran Turismo players to be on the 1 through 100 rank. Let's see. Here's a good one to have a replay icon to have 2 minutes 19.947 seconds, made by Ryan ATK in 585th place. Is going to be quite very useful to be doing a hard racing challenge. Let's go load the ghost. Successful and quick 100% at the ready. Alright, so looks like new clip, new day. And tomorrow it's going to be having a brand new update on GT7 to have 3 cars, including the Porsche Vision Gran Turismo Spider. But not to mention, because of the Volkswagen ID.R and Nissan Silvia S14 case version is coming before tomorrow on GT7. It's going to get much more cool and electrifying to have a Pikes Peak International hill climb since 2019 and a fully premiumized S14 Silvia for the very first time. So let's do this and go for lap number 1 to drive careful, drive cautiously, and take on turn number 2. Gonna have to keep my A game going and go dive in onto turn 3. Hard left and pull the brake to be on the hard right turn. So you see, I've been working so hard ever since I just barely tried to work my way to get up in about 0.4 seconds on the decimal in 2 minutes 20 seconds to have that main objective time. But I'm still working on it, because the Nissan Z Performance 2023 is a very tough car to be well handled, to go faster and facing up against many tight turns and obstacles by the elevation. So let's go carefully on to turn number 6. Drive cautiously on turn 7 before coming in on turn number 8. but I'm still working on it because all that stress work just barely tried to keep my pressure up. Going in on to Sector 3. Here comes the taillight signal. Dive in onto the hillside right turn in number 11. Almost lost my good skill and still barely tried to step it up. Alright, just gonna have to do this on the warm-up session in the first lap. Gonna have to dive in onto the final sector. Deaccelerate, slow down, take the inside apex. Do not go off the track because all about practice and tread cautiously before going down onto the final turn session. Lap number 1 is coming to an end before entered in lap number 2. Let's get it on and work harder, you guys. Gonna have to do this and stay stationary. Dive in onto turn 3 again. Watch out ignoring the track limit because the 0.5 second penalty will be on effect. So you might have to take a good look onto this interior view for the Nissan Z Performance. It has 3 tachometers. It's now featured to have a 21st century sports car. Looks so cool, and fine modern racing technology to have a sports car to be well driven onto the road and track itself ever since the first generation Nissan 240Z in about half a century ago. It looks so cool to have a 2023 model to have a nice Z Performance to be as a 7th generation. Also, because that might be quite very good to have the body style chassis is going to become much more similar from the first generation. It's going to become a motorized sports car to be well driven to have a nice regulations to have that sports car that features customizations, and a unique wing spoiler is going to become much more cool and excellent. So I have to be much more cautiously to be on turn 11. But exactly indeed, because the U.D.R.S Vision Contender Z is a tribute to the original Contender Z from Gran Turismo Sport and being imported to GT7. So the rotational camera might have to take a good example. So I had to go for the timeout session before moving on in Sector 4. Okay, talk about slow down, they have a good presentation. Switch back onto the hood cam and go time in on lap number 3. Going in onto the 5th gear. Let's press on and go for lap number 3, folks. Take the hard turn on turn 1. Going in and cautiously on turn 2. Inside apex, we'll have to do a perfect proper position to stay on the edge. Turn 4, hold the brake, go hard right. Heavy handling is going to become much more difficult for the Nissan Z Performance. So I bet I could probably have to go challenging to be on lap number 4 after the 3rd lap will have to give me something. So I have to be much more careful because the main ghost car in first place as the example is trying to give me something. Almost close on turn 6 and 7. Coming in on turn number 8. So far so close. Press on in sector 3. I bet I'm still working on it, folks. Driving hard is very necessary to be on the road car category for this part of the time lap challenge. But I'm always going to be looking for it because doing a hard difficult challenge is going to have to go simple and very grueling to be on the difficult effort. So let's keep moving on in the fourth sector. Slow down and go for the apex to be stop in. Down the hill onto the final turn. Gonna have to be much more stationary to be on the middle section on the track. It takes hard work to drive carefully to be on the steady handling. Lap number 3 clear. Press on and go for lap number 4. Gosh, so very close. I almost had that good upper hand skill to be on turn 2. Now I have to go through with it because 2 ghost cars accompany that really tries to get me a confusion. But after all, because having a main goal time since I just took 2 minutes 20.583 seconds is going to have to get closer to be on the goal position at the medal. So I still got enough time because the sunlight is going to be on the late afternoon condition. So let's go again on to turn 6 and 7. Drive carefully, don't get caught in the penalty. Okay, looks like that should be quite very close call. Now going decrease to have the gap distance is going to go increase a little bit. There we go, just going to have to break through and going to have to go way up ahead in about 0.094 seconds. Okay, looks like close enough and press on in sector 4. .3 seconds up ahead. Lap number 4 coming in towards the end, folks. I might have to go harder whenever it takes to have that chance to go right often. Here it comes, and go for the new lap. Gonna have to brace myself, and there goes the same thing all over again. Practice makes perfect. Just gonna have to try to step it up and go harder when it takes to have some tight turns on number 1 and 2. Dive in again on turn 3 and go for turn 4. Well, I don't know, you guys, because this lap time challenge sure does giving a hard point because it takes a lot of braking and steady pace to be on the hard handling. Now I really might need to get through with this before having some tight turns to be go dealing with turn number 5 and 6. So let's stick it to the game plan and gonna have to go practice to be directly. So far so close, and gonna have to keep going forward to be pushed through to have exactly for only 0.2 seconds behind. Now coming in onto the hillside right on turn 11, going back onto turn 12 and 13. Almost had that good speed advantage. Moving on again in Sector 4. There we go. Looks like just going to go deaccelerate and practice when you're at the final turn. It takes more time and go on the hard pressure. Go for lap number 6. Hop by go and go will proceed to be on turn 1 again. Keep going. Just have that position right over here. Don't get too over rev. It's very weak on the handling, so it might have to stick it to the default. Okay, looks like the first lap is going to be much more harder as usual. But facing turn number 3 to 5 when entering in Sector 2 is going to be much more harder and get pushing up to be on the main limitations. But mostly other Gran Turismo players think it is very hard. But talk about having a hard string of strategy is going to be much more grueling and very more difficult when it comes to do some hard racing for having a brand new car, and go for having a new track is going to be exactly to be currently. So now there goes a 0.5 second penalty. Ignoring the track limit is going to have to be cost out for having one segment and go for another session. Okay, after I just took 2 minutes 20.395 seconds to be marked on the goal. However, I'm still currently to be on the silver position because the record time objective might be changed up differently to be updated in about an hour ago. So I had to work my way and get on top of it because hard racing and goal objective is going to be doing much more usual to be planned. So let's take turn 1 and 2, going hard on the rides. Push on to the throttle. Gonna have to keep much more focusing objective to be well planned. Deaccelerate on turn 3, going forward, and pull on the hard right turn in number 4. Okay, just gonna have to stay straight and keep a good watchful focus on the main ghost car as a guidance. Come on, let's keep going, and take turn 6 and 7 will become much more tricky to turn this race around. Okay, looks like that should be quite very close enough. Avoid a penalty is going to be a very tough risk. Now press on in Sector 3. I should rather to be much more extremely careful whenever it might have to take turn 6 through 8. Going up, follow through onto turn 12 and 13. Counting out by the numbers. Final sector, here I go, and gonna have to be much more gentle on the inside turn apexes. This is it. It's all or nothing. There you go. Looks like I just made it on time after having a hard work from the first attempt. Mostly it is going to be doing some hard work of exercising, but here it is, 2 minutes 20.234 seconds. Boy, what a tough day. What an absolutely tough day for driving the Nissan Z Performance with the U.D.R.S livery. Vision Contender Z is going to become much more hard difficult after taking the test is clear. But good job for myself for today, you guys. There's my best time and going much more harder work out there to take some tight turns and tricky consecutive corners without going off the track with no penalty. Whew. A whole lot of distance to be in about 277 miles in one day. One day to have over 200 miles is going to get much more hard work difficulty to step up after having 12 sessions for having a brand new fresh clip. But now it also has mostly fine sector to be marked on the green. Sector 1, 39.270 seconds. Sector 2, 35.189 seconds. Sector 3, 30.587 seconds. And for Sector 4, 35.188 seconds. Alright, so looks like good news to be marked on the goal. 2.88% to be in 4,555th place is going to be doing some long-lasting half hours for only one day. But good job, and 2 replay to be well saved as well. Man, it feels like I'm almost running out of breath soon before I'm about to be a little bit passed out. But I just did for myself for having a hard-going challenge for this part of the clip. Just to be planned and have a good assistant whenever it might be need to have a perfect lap time to go on the main objective on the goal. So that's how driving the Nissan Z Performance 2023 in Autodrome Lago Maggiore to be on a full course layout is all about having the most hardest race of all time during the lap time challenge. Well, viewers, it turns out to become harder and much more difficult to drive the Nissan Z Performance. It's a brand new car to take on in Autodrome Lago Maggiore circuit for doing an online time trial event. But talk about doing a BOP regulation, it's going to be much more possible to stay on track by having a perfect advantage. We'll have to face many obstacles when you're racing on the Grand Prix track layout in Lago Maggiore. But good thing it's all over because tomorrow it's going to be having a brand new update by having 3 cars. Porsche Vision Gran Turismo Spider, Volkswagen ID.R, and of course the Nissan Silvia S14 case version is going to be much more cool, and a retro JDM car along with a nice power electric vehicle since 2019 Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. And also to have the final race at the end of the second season for the 2022 series, Gran Turismo World Series, Nations Cup, and Manufacturers Cup to be on the Trial Mountain Circuit, and Autodromo de Interlagos for the Group 3 category. So I had to get back to the GT garage, and I'm about to show you guys something about my brand new U.D.R.S livery on the Z Performance 2023. Talk about having a brand new version to be labeled as a tribute based from the original Contender Z was also to be used on the U.D.R.S Fugu Z. But there it is. Looks so beautiful and modern sports car to be drive in the 21st century. Very awesome, and also to have the NK rims to be well put up to be on the same type. Very nice, very motoristic, and also to be good to drive. And the letter Z is going to become much more brand new and realistic to have the Z Performance, just like the Contender Z to be as original. So beautiful and much more easy to drive to be going in to take the competition. So I hope you guys like it. But if you might have to take a good look on the U.D.R.S Fugu Z with a U.D.R.S Contender Z, that's where the car number 30 is going to become much more original and classic to be labeled as a professional tune car. Looks so beautiful and colored to be in chrome to have a nice C letter to be classic. Same rims as before, and also to have the blue chrome color is going to become much more shine beauty. Okay, looks like presentation is going to be quite doing well moment out there for having 2 cars to be well comparison. The original and the tribute to become a brand new Vision Contender Z to have a 2023 sports car for having a best U.D.R.S livery to be well driven to be on the track. Now we're having one gift available to be on the 3-star roulette ticket. Here I go, and let's see which prize should I receive before the next update comes in by tomorrow. Not exactly to be enough, but only one new car is going to be needed, but 5,000 GT credits will have to be filled out onto the current balance. Now for the second one, this is going to be it. Same as before, more GT credits, more low rarity. I'll have to keep holding on to it, so looks like it was a lot of fun to be racing to have a nice new C race car to be labeled to have a real car category. But not to mention, because the custom parts is going to be quite very cool to have different features when using a 2023 Nissan Z Performance. Gonna have to be ready to wrap this up before at the end of the video. But I'll have to make sure to get everything to be catch up and go for having a video upload lineup to be on a competition video ever since 2 months ago at the start of the second season in round 1 on the Manufacturers Cup. Just to be planned and promised, so it'll have to take time to be patient. We'll have to be prepared for having a massive lineup for only one day and multiple content videos to be focusing on the 2022 series for the Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup, along with the other 2 series on Porsche Esports Challenge USA and Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup as well. Thank you for watching on my video in Gran Turismo 7, folks. I hope you enjoyed. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos if you like to see. And don't forget to follow me on any social media platforms like DeepNetArt, Instagram, GT Planet, Twitter, and more to see for my own image artwork like U.D.R.S liveries, Total Drama fan art with car liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.